I'm here with Quams. I must say that in that first half, I was looking at you and you're getting increasingly frustrated. So, listen, all's well that ends well. Yeah. Arsenal have beaten Leicester 2-0, and by doing so, we've cut the lead temporarily to 4 points. Mm-hmm. More importantly, we're still in the title race. How are you feeling after that game?
Somehow, somewhere, people, we're still here. We're still here. Look, I'm feeling like I think you mentioned something after the first half. It's a game of two halves, and that first half was abysmal to the point where I was in hysterics. And it wasn't because I was literally laughing; it was because I was just so shocked at the poor quality that we showed. However, I guess halftime came at the right time for these players because Arteta got them in. Maybe had a little word with them and said, "Look, do you realise that you've got an opportunity to get 4 points clear of Liverpool or not? You realise you're in a title charge, or you want to do something special? Do you want to create history? Do you want to add to 15 games unbeaten now? Hasn't happened since Arsene Wenger, apparently. If I'm right, quote me if I'm wrong. But yeah, so I saw a second half where the quality wasn't like outstanding, but it was a lot better than the first half, and we kind of went on to snatch a a result. So yeah. Mikel Van Moreno, I'm calling him now, man.
Wow. I like it. You mentioned that the start, which was it's been described as disjointed and lacking influency and just poor overall.
I could have come in at halftime. I didn't need to work. I wasted my time. Cruz, I'm sorry. My son, I'm sorry. I could have played with my son for that first half because that was awful. But yeah.
What do you put that down to, though? Because, coming into this game, there was a little bit of pressure on the team. Obviously, there was all that talk about the injury to Havertz. Mm-hmm. What do you attribute to that start that was, let's face it, wasn't very good?
Still jet lagged. They looked like they were still jet lagged, like they were still in Dubai. I just feel like they just wasn't at the races. Mm. I get it. Sometimes your focus or your concentration levels is not there, but I saw a team that they didn't seem like they were there. They didn't seem mentally they was there.
They looked like they were trying, but just things weren't coming off. Yeah. Elementary mistakes, unforced errors.
Partey, mishit passes from Partey. Odegaard underpassing the ball. Trossard, miss kicking the ball. All over the gaff. I think all of us in that first half, we was a bit shocked as to how poor they were. Sterling. I'm not going to get on to Sterling too much because
let's talk about Sterling. Because I know you.
No, I want to talk about the win. But
you want to come at me about
no.
Because I was saying before the game, right? Listen, I'm good. I know what you're going with.
Your boy,
yeah, he's my guy. Listen, man, I like Sterling, man, and I really wanted him to do well at Arsenal. But I've got to be honest, man. So far, it's not working out, and for me, it's a shame because I was really hopeful that when he come into the club, he might be able to make things happen. That's not happened so far. What do you put that down to? Some people have said he's lacking in confidence. He's not had much game time. He's not played well. And he's just in a place where it's just not happening for him. Other people have said it could be something more than that, meaning that the legs have gone. He's just not got it anymore. Where do you stand on that debate?
Yeah, I think it's the latter of what you said. I think you look at footballers, and I know Carragher made a quote about someone, I can't remember who it was, and he just said, look, he's done. He's finished. It's finito. It's a point, and look, I'm not going against a professional. I'm not a professional, so I can never do that. I've rated Sterling for what he's done, what he's achieved, but I can only judge him for what he's done since he's put on our shirt. Since he's put on our shirt, he has been nowhere near enough quality to start. I cried out for him to be started because obviously Arsenal brought him in. He hasn't justified that. He hasn't proved me wrong or the fan base wrong in the sense of saying, you know what? Yeah, I can see why we done it. I'm questioning why the hell we brought him in because, and then we're still paying. We're paying for that. We're paying him for that.
Well, we're not paying all his wages. I think that should be pointed out.
A portion of his wages, but that's not good enough. That's not even good enough to play at academy level. That's why you got academy players out playing them. Or they're patting, Waneri's patting him on his back after games in the Champions League. Should be the other way around. So yeah, no, Sterling was poor. Had to get hooked off. I'm sorry, he did. But after that, there were certain individuals, that stepped up to the plate. And I mentioned him already, Ethan Waneri. It was phenomenal. I know Joe Cole's spoken about him, saying that he's like Messi-like. I'm not going to put pressure on him like that. But
did Joe Cole say that?
Yeah. He said,
Joe Cole said something like that.
I know,
because he was a baller in his day as well.
Of course he was, and I know rival fans will say it, but I'm just struggling to think of a player where I'm like, like someone who gets the ball to their feet, can run at players, step overs, hitting the bar, got an assist. It's like it's another Saka. We've got another one in a...
I described him as the most exciting player in Arsenal's football club right now. And I'll go as far as... I'm going to go even further. Yeah, I'm going to say possibly the Premier League.
You know, like
he's definitely up there.
They talk about Cole Palmer, They talk about Cole Palmer. They talk about Foden, the kid at Man United when he scores a goal or whatever. Diallo or whatever. But I think Nwaneri's the real deal, and he's got the complete package. For 17, his stature, his strength on the ball, he can hold up the ball, he can run at it, the way he receives the ball. I saw some of the chances he had, where he's receiving it on his back foot and then he's leading with his left. These are things that, yes, I know they teach at academy, but he's doing it at an elite level and he's doing it consistently. Yeah. And you're not looking at him and saying, oh yeah, this is a kid. You're looking at him saying, rah, like, this is a threat to us. And it was just unfortunate. He stood out so much, and it's just unfortunate he didn't get a goal. But his performance was so good, I didn't even need a goal from him, because when he does things like that, all you have to do is just applaud the boy. So yeah. No.
Well, he was that good today that in spite of Marino getting the 2 goals,
he got man of the match.
Nwaneri still got man of the match.
Boy of the match. You know?
Yeah, it's amazing. Really.
Yeah, no, it is. It's fantastic. Arteta. I remember this period where Arteta had Smith Rowe and Saka. I think it was against Chelsea. And I think he was more or less on the verge of getting sacked. And they saved him. And I think that he's managed to unearth another 2 boys, Miles Lewis-Skelly and Nwaneri. And, you know, Miles, again, off the back of what's happened in the last couple of weeks, a lot of youngsters would have been affected with it psychologically. But he's just got on with it. He's just taking it in his stride. All the noise that was going on about his celebration, he just said, "Child, let me just get on with my game. Let me win my challenges, win my battles." And again, you saw so much confidence, not just in him, but the senior players trust him that much when he gets into midfield to give him the ball. They know that he's not going to lose it, that he's going to find a pass. So I think like those young players, you have to build a team around them. But yeah, no, we stepped up in the second half, which was good. It was good.
And I tell you what, you say he unearthed a star, but he may have unearthed a striker, Mikel Arteta, because
I like that.
Mikel Marino,
like that segue, yeah.
2 goals. Yeah. And both goals, very good finishes.
Very good.
In spite of Nwaneri's brilliance, it was Mikel Marino that secured the win.
He did. Credit to Arteta. He made the change at the right time. I don't know what was said. I don't know if it was a game plan, a mastermind or whatever. Mr. Inspector Gadget, I called Arteta. He's done it again. He's pulled one out of the bag. Great header for the first one from Moreno. Great power, generated enough power to get the ball into that corner. Obviously, a great assist from Nwaneri, but I just think one thing I highlighted or stuck out to me was his movement and the fact that he has what did we say about Havertz? He has that lack of, it's not tenacity.
Well, Mourinho doesn't have pace.
No.
But he did show today, good awareness in the box.
That's it. That's what I'm saying,
the timing of his runs, he read the offside line better than the other guys were doing before.
That's it, thank you. You've said it before, is like certain people have this instinct to be in the box at the right time at the right place, position yourself. And he'd done that behind just in between the 2 centre-backs for the first goal. And then obviously for the second one, he knew, right, I'm not going to drive into the box straight away. I'm going to hang wide, watch the line, Mr. Sterling, watch your line, and then get in. And then the finish, a half ball, is coming on the bounce, left-footed finish, in between the post and the keeper. It's very, very difficult to execute. So those are really well 2 taken goals from him.
Yeah, those were strikers' finishes, mate. And that kind of leads me on to the question I was going to ask you. Next week against West Ham, do you start him up top?
You have to. As I know it sounds ridiculous that we're having this conversation, that it's got to this point, but we have to deal with the reality and what's in front of us. What's in front of us is that we haven't got any other options. Arteta's tried something out with Trossard, Sterling, and Nwaneri. Didn't work out with Trossard, that's why he went out onto the left. So maybe put Trossard on the left, put a target man, Moreno in the middle, and Nwaneri, and feed the goat. Feed the goat and he will score, Moreno. But no,
Or could it be that, I mean, let's face it, Mourinho would have opened the eyes of the football world to that and said, wow, but I'm sure managers and defenders now are going to start studying that. So he, you know what I mean? He won't have that sort of shock or surprise element that he had today.
Yeah, no, I think it's one of those things where it probably took Leicester by surprise. They didn't expect it because they haven't seen Moreno in that latter state part of the pitch to monitor to see, okay, what's his movement patterns and everything like that. But I think it still creates that kind of uncertainty in terms of how we play. And that's one thing I have to give Arteta, is that because we are so fluid in terms of we change our positions. Miles will tuck in midfield, then you'll get someone out wide. Everyone's interchanging. It's very difficult to pick them up. So I just feel like even with that putting Moreno up top, it's going to cause a bit of a headache because people will be like, is he playing up top? Is he holding back? And then that will open up the space for us. So West Ham's a new challenge for us. I know we've got a few days now to kind of get a grip again and then find out a plan. And we just have to just literally take it game by game. I heard a lot of the people saying that. That's all we can do.
You're right. I mean, after the past week, you know, all the negativity surrounding the lack of transfer activity, then we had the injury to Havertz, that compounded things.
And Martinelli as well.
And Martinelli. To come to Leicester, get the win, obviously that settled things down a bit and they can go into the West Ham game with some renewed purpose and confidence.
Hopefully. I mean, look, 4 points away from Liverpool. No one really expected. We thought the game in hand that they had for Everton, they would brush Everton aside. Okay, this is Liverpool. They've been doing very well this season, but we're just starting to see a few chinks in their armour and they're getting a bit worried. You can see a little bit of worry in their faces. I looked at Van Dijk and that and I said, ooh, I was listening to him and you can tell that it's getting under their skin a little bit. I saw Arne Slot's reaction. Mr. Cool, calm, collected he was getting aggravated. He was getting upset with the refs. So you never know how this Premier League. This season has been a very, very interesting season because it's not gone to plan for anyone. Injuries and whatnot, suspensions. And I just feel like there's still a few more twists to come. And yeah, Liverpool now, we've batted it back to Liverpool. Let's see what they do. They got Wolves. I think they're playing at home. But Wolves are one of those sides that can be a bit tricky. Cunha, do us a favour, mate. But no, we just got to focus on ourselves, if anything. Focus on ourselves. We still got big games. That Forest game, I'm looking ahead. And I'm thinking, bloody hell. Midweek, Forest away, they're going to be on it. So just keep up, get the 3 points, hopefully against West Ham, and then we have to go again.